Zaz, you've got breaking news.
Yeah, well, okay. We talked about Ace Bailey earlier today, and he might hold out. He doesn't want to be in Utah. We don't know the deal. Agent threatened one team that he won't show if you select him. Well, Brian Windhorst, apparently he put out that Ace Bailey, now make this what you will, but he said that Ace Bailey was not on the flight to Salt Lake City with Walter Clayton Jr.
So to give people an idea how this usually works, and I come from a time where the draft happened all on one day. We didn't have 2 days. But you get drafted, you shake the commissioner's hands, you take the picture, you have the interview with Monica McNutt, you go to the back, you take more pictures, a ton of pictures with stuff. You do a little stuff for NBA social app and all that stuff. They ask you, hey, what if you could have lunch with 3 former players, who would it be? And you just say these things, whatever. And then they typically let you party that night in New York. And then tomorrow morning, a private car takes you and your family to Teterboro, where a private jet awaits, and you get whisked away from there all the way to you, the city that drafted you.
It's always a private jet?
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of private jets. It's every team.
Hey, man.
All right.
You're big time.
Okay.
Right? That's it. You've arrived at big time. You land, you get there, you do a little meet and greet with the people in the front office. Hey, congratulations, welcome to be here. Hey, this is the head of athletic trainer, this is your head coach, da-da-da. And then we have the press conference for about like noon or whatever. And then you go to the press conference, you meet the local press, and that's it. So him not getting on the flight, that is questionable behavior.
Even if the press conference is not until the start of next week.
Like Monday?
Yeah.
No, so this is how we did it.
Then that's a nothing then.
In Phoenix,
he can fly it on his own. He'll be there by Monday.
In Phoenix, we would bring you in Friday, because the draft was on Thursday. Friday, you're doing a press conference. You're meeting everybody. You're getting a bunch of gear for your family. Hey, you want some Suns polos and hoodies and shorts and da-da-da. And then you fly home that day. Now, that one, we fly you home commercial. You fly home that day. And then that weekend, you spend it at home, you party with your friends, whatever. And then Sunday, you fly back. And Monday, we start the work leading up to minicamp for Summer League. So if their presser is on Monday, then I don't think there's anything wrong with him not flying Walter Clayton.
Even though Walter Clayton already flew out.
Walter Clayton ain't got shit to do. This guy's got to do, apparently.
Okay. All right. But I mean, we obviously see the optics, right?
Yeah, sure.
He doesn't seem to care that much about that at this point.
I like it. He zags when everyone else zigs. Hey, let's open up the club. That's where he's at. Ace Bailey's at the club, the Cuervo Club, celebrating getting drafted. Ain't that right, Chris?
That's right, I mean, it's the Cuervo Club, and it's brought to you by Cuervo.
Yeah.
Now's a good time to enjoy the tequila that invented tequila.
Started this game.
Let's get this weekend started, boys.
Yeah. Who's in the Cuervo Club?
If you think that your family would get a lot of joy from seeing you go to the Hall of Fame and they're getting up there in age,
why are you
like
talking
your
like
parents?
I'm not going to lie.
That was my favorite part of the
It was
week.
one of the funniest things that's ever happened on this show.
I'm not going to lie. I thought we were going to build to that. Did not realize it coming right out the
can't
gate.
believe
Right out
we
the gate's
started
hot.
there.
If you think that your family would get a lot of joy
Family.
from seeing you go to the Hall of Fame and they're getting up there in age,
Why are you
like
talking
your
like that?
parents?
It's sensual. Family. Joy. Who else is in the Cuervo Club?
They sell whole pickles in my movie theater, I noticed the other day. They do.
How much?
$2.99. They sell whole pickles in my movie theater, I noticed the other day.
What movie theater?
It's Cinemark.
Who else is in the Cuervo Club?
Kevin Durant's not a Hall of Fame player today.
Okay.
So insane.
Sometimes he really gets out of pocket.
Wait, Samson believes that if Kevin Durant's career ended right now, he's not a Hall of Fame player?
Kevin Durant's not a Hall of Fame player today.
I think what he meant is that Kevin Durant today and his skill right now is not Hall of Fame level.
Let me put
but
it-
I would still say if you projected this
It's like if the guy he
player
was this
over
past
15
season,
years,
yeah, like that's
If he
not
had
Hall of Fame.
if he had 10 seasons of this, just
be a
this
Hall of
year,
Famer.
he'd be a Hall
Yep.
of Famer.
Definitely
Agreed.
Hall of Famer.
Like, what is he talking about?
Agreed.
He averaged 27 points.
Who else in the Cuervo Club?
SGA,
Who's that?
SGA.
Gotta make him Sarah Jessica Parker. Who else is in the Cuervo Club?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby.
More.
Bobby. Bobby. Thank you.
The international players always have an advantage. That accent allows them to get away with everything. Who else in the Cuervo Club?
For us as an organization, going into that second apron is not necessarily something that we're scared of.
What are you doing?
That I never want to have to contemplate, and that's trade number 15.
What are you doing? Ben Tenzer, who's the executive vice president of basketball operations now, his first media availability, he had to explain away no guys, you're reading too much. If you listen closely, what he's saying is that we don't want to trade. I'm like, oh my God. Imagine
that I
day
never want
one.
to have to contemplate, and that's trade number 15.
Who else is in the Cuervo Club?
Let's go!
Sam Bennett.
Is there a compare and contrast in this Cuervo Club?
If LeBron James and Kevin Garnett had a baby, you get Cooper Flagg.
Dan must be kicking himself that he wasn't around to talk about the Kendrick Perkins-Bill Simmons beef that is brewing online.
Yeah.
Perk said he's going to do a whole episode of Road Tripping on Sunday about this.
My favorite part, though, is Kendrick Perkins, who is saying there, what have you ever done? And I'm not going to try and defend Bill Simmons, all right? But Bill Simmons literally had Kendrick Perkins' job before. Bill Simmons was on Countdown. He was an analyst.
Good point. Who else in the Cuervo Club?
Whoop, whoop.
That's an unhinged Greg Cody.
Whoop, whoop.
What was that in reference to? No one knows.
Whoop, whoop.
Who else
If you
in the
think
Cuervo
that
Club?
your family would get a lot of joy from seeing you go to the Hall of Fame and they're getting up there in age,
Why are
it's
you
like
talking
your
like that?
parents.
Who are you
family
talking
would-
to there?
The Room.
Nobody knew. That was the problem.
He was setting up a scenario where Pete Rose was offered the opportunity to kill himself to get into the Hall of Fame earlier.
Family would. Look, all I'm saying is there might be some people, if you think that your family would get a lot of joy, whose families would be happy if they made the Hall of Fame,
And you killed yourself.
Whoop, whoop.
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Folks out there in the audience, temperature's starting to turn up a little bit. That means a lot of you and your families and your friends are going outside, having a perfect grill day, maybe out by the pool. Now, imagine yourself, grill side. Your veggies, your meats, they're all prepped, ready to go. Kids running around in the background. Lawn, perfectly manicured to perfection. It all sounds pretty great. This sounds like a good time. Now you make that good time a Miller time, because it is all made better with a white can in your hand of that beautiful Miller Lite. Celebrating its 50th anniversary, Miller Lite. Almost 20 years have they been partnered with our show, making your good times Miller times every time out. There's just something about a perfect grilling day. Sun's out, friends show up, that first sip of Miller Lite, it just hits different. I've been stocking the cooler with Miller Lite for years on these grilling days, and for good reason. It's brewed for taste, and it's only 96 calories and 3.2 grams of carbs. This year, Miller Lite turns 50. That's 5 decades of cookouts, laughs, and ice-cold moments that never miss. It's the original light beer, and it's still my go-to. Great beer, great times. Grill on. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.